sleep last night when we hung up on the phone. Did the thought of us just hit your soul? I look forward to my day that I get to see that gentle face, 'cause you put the one in wonderful. And I thank God I can say that I can wake up every morning and kiss you in the light until the shadows. I never wanna see your eyes through the broken or your heart in the shallow. I just wanna treat you right, show you all the things you dream at night, that you know will be okay, that you never have to worry. Move a little closer, I just wanna do this thing for me. Get us up in our feels, I'll feel, let you know that we will always be the only we. You're telling me hush, I will always remind you you got it, 'cause I know that we got it. And like that I can wake up every morning and kiss you in the light until the shadows. I never wanna see your eyes through the broken or your heart in the shallow. This way before, I lost hope until you walked through that door, 'cause you put the you in beautiful, and I can't get over it, that I can wake up every morning and kiss you in the light until the shadows.
Look like into the shed. You know that deep voice that's coming all the way.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, welcome to Everyday People, the Utah Pacifica chapter. Make sure that you click, like, and share, and we are so excited. We are on location. So thank you to Real Estate Essentials for allowing us to be here today. Thank you, Michelle. She's the hookup.
Of course.
Yes.
Make sure to follow.
So we have an exciting show today for you. So our first segment with the events, we have Tony here with us. So she's here representing the Day One Utah. But my beautiful co-host here, girl, stand up. Do a little twist so everybody can see her outfit for today.
Okay, we just got a little bit of TJ
Little
Maxx.
catwalk. Okay, girl,
really
sit down and introduce.
Well, thank you for the beautiful introduction. So today we're going to be talking about some of our events that are going on. We'll start with Breaking Bread. That's with Pictar, always coming out with some really, really cool events that help the community. Happens once a month, usually every Saturday, but this time it's happening today. Volunteers, make sure you show up at 1:30. It's going to be from 1:30 to 3, and you'll start serving people at 3 p.m. And then, of course, we have Tony here who's going to tell us about Day One Utah. She's with Day One Utah and the Trunk or Treat event.
Yes.
And your last name is Naya, right?
Yes.
Where is that from?
They're Samoan. They're both I'm a Brown and I'm married to Naya, and both of our families are from Western Samoa. And so we moved our family here in 1990, and we've been here since.
Wow.
Yes, my husband's side is from Santa Ana, Orange County, and I was raised from Laie, Kahuku,
Okay.
North Shore.
Okay.
Gotta get that in, right?
Yeah.
All you Laia fans that are out there.
Aloha.
Gotta rep. Gotta rep.
Gotta rep. So day one. We love day one. So I know
Thank
some of
you.
the people that are like solo because I kind of was not raised with him, but I've just known him from the past, and his wife I'm really good friends with.
Yes.
So kind of we were just discussing with her before we kind of came into the segment,
Yeah.
just discussing like just kind of just take us through how day one kind of began and how it flourished.
Of course. For my perspective, day one were men who had a past, incarceration years, and when they all came out, they decided to check in on each other and make sure that no one's returning. And so that's where the day one vision for me first started. When my daughter, who is 18 now, she was just newborn when the inmates became more than that. They decided to check in on each other. Fast forward to a couple years ago, maybe 3 or 4, Sam Pule, rest in peace, him and Des Alvarado decided to really push the idea of giving back to the community that they hurt or that they were doing damage. And instead of that, now they're coming out and wanting to give back to the community. Most importantly, the youth, so that we can catch them, help them before they get into the system, because it's pretty rough.
And it's hard to get out of the system once you're in it.
Yes.
Right.
You know, so you're tied.
Yes.
And I love that you're starting with the youth too, because you always want to take preventative measures so it doesn't get
Right.
to that point. And so now you're doing a trunk or treat event, right?
We are.
When is that going to
Trunk
be?
or treat.
Okay.
Hey.
Gotta get spooky.
Yeah, Tony, she's gonna get spooky.
The only time you can dress up and not get taken out.
Oh, okay.
Take note, take note.
But thank you. Yes, appreciate the time and the space to allow us to promote our event. Day one, second annual Trunk or Treat will be happening tomorrow, the 19th, here at the Pacifica Event Center. It's 565 West Parkland Drive in Sandy. We're grateful for the Pacifica Event Center, Lonnie and La Wolfgram, for providing their property.
And a beautiful space it is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful. And it's a community event. Everyone is welcome. So our families out there, you have children, or it's just you that want to dress up, you're welcome to come. We have prizes that are going to go from the just nice, cute ones all the way to grand prizes that are worth $1,100.
And I know you've seen the flyers, and I took a look at all the
Yes.
prizes. Wow, you guys are
Yes.
showing out.
We are, so much love this year. So much love. We started off, Hiku Hiku gave us some love last year, and we just grew from there. This year we have a lot of partners, a lot of local businesses who have generously offered to give their gift baskets for us to give out as prizes to the community kids.
Wow.
Yes, we also have Day One Washington that are in town. They just arrived, so welcome,
guys. Welcome
to Utah. You brought the weather. Thank you.
Okay, she got the hand motion, so I don't know if that was shade, but y'all brought something. Okay.
Thank
Brought the
you.
storm with you. That's a good sign. It's a good
Hey, I
sign.
love the Pacific Northwest. I was telling you, I
Yes.
came from Seattle, so I can only
Yes.
imagine the passion that those guys have that are bringing here to Salt Lake City. A little
Oh.
PNW swag, you know.
We're excited. We're excited for them wanting to jump on board and push the movement. This is so positive. It's just empowering and encouraging youth, giving them a space to just enjoy. You don't have to always be serious and face all the things in life.
Right, because I think now, like the perception that that the society has of us now, especially looking at the lineup of day one, it's kind of like whoa when they walk in the room. But little do they know that they have these huge hearts, and like you were saying earlier, that all the damage that they have done in their past.
Yes.
You know, so right now they're kind of giving back to the community. So it's almost kind of like that damage control.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But in such a good light and like inspiration to the younger generation.
You're so true. That is so true. This whole year, we have been welcomed into spaces that we weren't expecting, but it was all because finding other community partners that have the same passion. They really want to give into the give time to our youth. To really, a lot of times they're afraid to speak. or
Right.
afraid to do right. And then when they see everyday people like the way this podcast is, then they realize, man, I can do this too.
Yeah.
Right.
And they sometimes open up to
I
someone.
mean,
that
we're
looks
prideful
like them.
people. You know what I mean? So it's really
Yes.
hard for us to try to ask for help or even like express who we are. So I think like with day one, and yeah, like Solo, I mean, he's as scary as they come, but he's like the nicest guy ever. We love Solo.
Lolo's nice
I'm just
now.
throwing out
Yes,
shade.
okay, the new
Out of
Solo,
shade.
the new Solo. Because you know, there's an old Lynn that nobody knows. I'm just kidding. I need about like day 10, okay? So just give me 9 days, you know, little grace period.
You can say that about all of them.
No, seriously.
They can give you a look and you'll just shrivel. But now they have, they really are opening up.
Yes, they
That's
come
the
from a good
hardest part,
place,
yeah.
right? I mean, they do so much. I mean, you're just going to see what Day One does for the community. So if you're following them, I mean, they really do walk
Yes.
the walk.
They
Right.
are.
I mean, they're out there in the field. Like,
Yeah.
they do a lot for the homeless, for the unsheltered community, and they are literally walking the grounds in the negative weather.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're very inspiring.
Well, look at them coming out with these really cool events. I mean, you don't see a lot of people doing that. We've got some people doing it, but to actually
Yes.
walk the walk and come out with community events like this where anyone can come, it's
Yes.
free, kids can be involved, they can see the beautiful example that these guys are providing, and then they can also win prizes. So
Yeah.
tell us about what some of those prizes are.
Oh, it's going to be
Okay.
fun. Families and bring your children.
She said,
so it
wait.
starts from
Let me
11.
tell you.
It starts from 11 to 3.
Okay.
And you know, Samoans, we start on time. We do not believe in that Pacific.
Oh, she's
very
telling us
attached
about
right now.
us
I
on
mean,
time.
we started at 10:03, Tony. Okay? Forgive us for the 3 minutes.
for those 3 minutes, but we was already here sitting there, so we wasn't
Okay,
late,
okay.
You're right.
You weren't.
Wasn't
She was
late.
on time.
She's actually right though. Like we can't take away
But
from
right
that.
at 11, we will be going right into activities for the kids. We have these fun games, dances, competitions. We have DJ Mulo from back in the days. He's
Okay,
still
shout
happening.
out to DJ Mulo.
Yes. And so the prizes are going to be given out from the get.
Okay.
And then the second hour, we're going to do our spooky parade where everyone displays. If you're going to be a little bit late, you don't want to miss this portion.
She's talking
'Cause-
to the Tongans. Okay.
Thank
After-
you. Everyone who are no,
Wow. Okay. Okay. This interview is over.
She's like,
Get it right.
Get it right.
Let me tell you, it's 11. Okay.
Okay.
11's the activities for the kids, and you know the kids, they dressed up all morning, so don't be late so they can have their little fun. 12 o'clock is the parade. And what's important about this hour is we have, like I mentioned, we have a lot of vendors, local businesses have put in a lot of love into their gift baskets. And the vendors will be looking for the category that they're going to have for their winner through the parade and the activity. And so that's important so your kids can come and display their creativity on that one. So we also have 5 main judges that are going to be judging for the grand prize.
this is your moment. This is
Yes.
your moment.
The grand prize is coming from Day One, Utah, as well as Day One, Washington. And those are the ones that value just up the roof. You want to fight for those. Hopefully we don't fight like pickleball, but we have enough love for everyone.
And Lynn got excited because he's going to be one of the main judges. So
Yes.
that's why we're being
the pickleball rule. That's right. Yes, Michelle. Yes.
that's why we're being extra nice to Lynn right now.
Okay, that's right. I saw
Yes,
you.
I'm going to be one of the judges, and I'm so excited. But I'm going to be volunteering at the Rose Park home tour tomorrow.
Wow.
So we were to discuss real quick. So I kind of like went to the lecture last week, and it was so amazing. But there is still tickets available if you guys want to join. Myself and my husband Patrick will be volunteering at one of the homes tomorrow. I went to the Rose Park lecture last week, and I'm telling you, I'm sure a lot of the people in our community have no idea of the historic value that area brings, and I just want to touch up real quick. So one fun fact is that Rose Park was not founded until, which is now Fair Park, where the state fair is. So that used to be called Rosedale. So a guy came in the 1920s and he had built this community, called it Rosedale. The guy that ended up building the development for Rose Park walked into one of his grocery stores and saw these beautiful roses, and he came up with the idea like, I'm going to start a development and call it Rose Park. So that's how Rose Park became Rose Park. And then in Rose Park, the homes are shaped into roses, different types of roses.
damn.
And the streets in Rose Park are also named after roses. And then years later, a decade later, they brought in 3 more developers, and then they started naming them different things. But Levittown in New York City is the first suburban town in the country. But Rose Park was being built at the same time, and they already had 6 families that moved into the community. Anyways, there's a lot to learn. I just am very excited about it. So I get to go on the tour tomorrow. There are tickets available, so make sure that you go on to Preservation Utah if you'd like to
Yes.
join it as well.
Well, now that we're mentioning Rose Park, we have Lloyd and Wes Mana from Rose Park that will be actually there tomorrow as well
We
to
love
support.
Lloyd. We
They're
love
going to be
Lloyd.
bringing
Wow.
a gift as well to
She's
gift
always
out.
bringing gifts. Right, Sir Phillips?
And what a great way to bring it back to the event, because Lynn just wanted to take it to a whole different level.
Oh, well,
Yes,
that's
you
what
know.
I'm
Beautiful
here for,
information.
Michelle.
We're giving him all
I
his
was actually raised
roses.
in Rose Park, so what, you know what?
Yes.
All the love to Rose Park. But
But we're
back
glad
to
that you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any last anything
Yeah.
that you want to tell everybody about the event tomorrow?
Yes, it's free. It's for the community. There's no one that's not invited. Everyone will. We have a lot of food that will be provided. So please, I just want to mention that day one, co-founder that will be with us tomorrow is Des Alvarado and Sholo will be there. All of the day one men will be there, and some of us women that's going to support it. So please come out. It's in Sandy, 11 to 3.
Yes, so
Okay.
make sure that you guys join us tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing event. Day one, like she was saying, is the lineup is, well, not the lineup we're thinking, not the old lineup, but then, so the lineup that they have are just, they're inspirational, and I'm so excited to be
Yeah.
there. I can't wait to be a guest judge. But we're running a
Seriously.
little bit out of time for this one, so we'll just go into throw in the little plugs, the events throughout the segment.
Thank
But we do
you.
want to give a
Yes.
shout out to Tamara Baifuna. She did a story on KSL about, it's called Operation Warm, and so they
So
went like
cool.
331 coats to Franklin Elementary. But this operation that they have has been around for about 25 years, and they have donated 3 million coats to kids all across the country the past 25 years.
Wow,
So we
shout out
definitely had to throw
Tamara.
in that Tamara.
Great
Yes.
job.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
But we are so excited. Thank you, Tony, for stopping
Thank you.
by.
Thank you.
Thank
and if you
you.
don't know, if you go on Facebook, Des put a lot of time and love on all the flyers, and he promoted all the vendors that will be there tomorrow. So check them out.
Okay,
Thank
shout out
you.
to Des.
Thank you again, every day.
Yes.
Thank
well, thank you
you.
guys, and we will see you guys. But make sure that you click, like, and share. And we're coming to you live from Real Estate Essentials. So thank you to them as well, and thank you, Michelle.
Thank
and
you,
we will
thank
be back
you.
with Dayla.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
Bad times all pass with the wind. Your hand in mine steals the thunder, and you make the sun wanna shine. You followed me down so many roads, baby. I picked wildflowers and sung me a soft, sad song. And every road we took, Lord knows our search was for the truth. And the clouds grew, and I won't be the last. Storms never last, do they, baby? Bad times all pass with the wind.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday People, the Utah Pacifica chapter. If you're just joining us, I'm here, Lynn Katoa, with the lovely
Michelle Willis.
in her cute outfit.
So
okay,
cute.
she's
So
here for
cute.
the holiday spirit. But we're here with Dayla Higgs. We've been so excited to have her here. We've been looking forward to having her here. We're grateful to Tony for being here, going over with us the day one event that's taking place tomorrow. Dayla, how are you?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity, and I am everyday people along
She
with you
sure
every
is.
day.
Okay, she is the everyday people. Okay, if you know, you know.
Bringing in the energy. I love it.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for all that you're doing. I just want to thank all of you as hosts for elevating, giving opportunities and advocacy and cause-worthy moments to everybody that's out there. I really appreciate this opportunity to go ahead and visit today. Thank you so much.
Fill us in. Who are your cousins? Where do you come from?
So my name is Dayla Taiwali'i Higgs. I actually am from Sovereign Samoa. My family is from Sovereign Samoa as well as Tonga. So I get to be, in both places, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So
She gets to be
I'm
on
very-
time and not on time. Is that what you're trying to say,
Whoa.
Tony?
And you add a Gemini to that, it all makes sense.
Oh, okay.
We got the spice, the hot and cold,
Yes.
the Gemini. Got
There
it,
you
got
go.
it.
There you go. And born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah. I definitely spent some time away to go to college in California. My husband's from Northern California. But when we started to have children, we just knew it was time to come back. It's such a great place to raise a family. And it's also just the greatest place to be around people who are charitable and generous and know how to show up and stand up. We talked about that
Yes.
as we were getting prepared. Yeah.
Yes, we did. And you are, how long have you been here in Utah? Because we kind of grew up together a little bit.
We did.
She's a Skyline Eagle, I was a little Highland Ram, so we kind of go way back a little bit. So we just kind of wanted to get to know who you are this first segment before we dive deep into all your advocacy.
Absolutely. I am both a West Side kid and an East Side kid. So I had a little bit of time in South Salt Lake City, grew up until middle school in Granger area, which I absolutely loved. And then when it came time to know that I wanted to have a college trajectory, one of my coaches from West Valley looked out for me and said, you know what, for you to be able to go to college and probably play volleyball and do some other things, you may just want to consider going to East Side. Skyline was lacking some student enrollment. And so I had the opportunity to go up there, and I became very dear friends with your niece. And that's how we sort of started to cross paths. And so went up to East Side. So when I'm with East Side folks, I'm representing the West Side folks. When I'm with West Side folks, I'm representing the East Side folks, and I've raised my family in Mill Creek.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Volleyball too, huh?
She's quite the
Okay.
athlete as well.
Yeah.
Was past
I mean, I think
tense.
we are all the was, okay? But the old us.
I just like to move now, and that would be moves in dancing and grooving. I did both. I was a volleyball player, cheerlead, and dance company. So, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Did a mix of that
okay.
when I went to college. So,
Yeah, she's like,
Okay.
oh, it doesn't just stop there.
no, I don't mean it like that. It's just like I can say I was a former athlete. Now
Yeah.
I just like to dance and groove on the dance floor. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you should come to Manny's then and
I
dance.
should come to Manny's.
Yes, you need to
I
come
see
to
a Manny's. I
Manny's.
really need
Yes.
to come to Manny's.
And just in case you guys needed something to do on Saturday night, you can find Michelle and I at Manny's, which is owned by Val Dua, on it this Saturday for the costume contest.
Ooh.
So yeah, so
I think
it's-
you might see my husband and I there.
Oh, come
Okay.
on, Josh!
Come on,
Come
let's
on,
go,
Josh!
Josh.
Yes, Josh. We're putting it out into the universe right
He's
now.
watching right now. So Josh, you and I date at Manny's.
Yeah, speaking of Josh, all three of us were talking about earlier, is just like with all the things that you were doing in the community, like you always find time for your family. So just as many photos and videos that are out there of you like doing the work, there's just as many photos of your husband. So like, how do you balance all that and then just still have these date nights with your family?
Well, I will say at the moment, I didn't really understand what nonprofit organizations were. And then my first board that I ever got to serve on, which a board of trustees, for people who don't know what that is, you can have a nonprofit organization, and then you have a board of trustees that oversees the financial responsibility and the hiring and the firing of whoever is in charge. And because one of my clients through my health insurance work was the Road Home, that was my first, introduction to sort of this nonprofit board work. But I had said to myself, if I can't bring my kids to the moments that we are volunteering, I don't know if it'll work for me. If I can't bring my family, if we're serving the homeless, if we are engaging with the unsheltered, if we're doing certain things that are about fundraising, if they can't be here with me, and I'll keep charge. They won't be, off in the reaches running around. I'll make sure that they're actually, with me. If that can't happen, I'm really lucky because my husband, what he does in his background is, when I met him in college, he was a peace studies major. So he already had this sort of sense of we need to care about the world. We need to be a global citizen. There are a lot of things that are happening that we just don't know. His professional work, he's doing that all the time. So in those moments of showing up to go ahead and, be boots on the ground doing things, he gets passes for what he can do. It's emotional spend. It's fatigue when you're doing that work. And I think community workers would know that, especially people like Pictar and, anybody else who's doing this fantastic work out there. Whether it's UPIC as well. So, I think from a young time, I just said to myself, if I can't harmonize or synthesize having my kids with me, whatever we're doing, or my husband, these opportunities, I'm probably not going to do it, especially as they were young and being raised. But my husband is really good in just naming and claiming, that we choose each other every day. And, dates don't have to be going somewhere and being super fancy. It's a quiet moment of a walk around the neighborhood. It is
that quality time.
Yeah, it's just a moment to go ahead and just settle with each other, because I think people get these notions that everything has to be romantic and extra and so special. But
all right, honey, we'll go on walks. We'll go on walks. It has to be before 8:30 though.
but I think there's just time for both. There is time for both. And I did marry romantic, so I really am blessed
you
that
can
way.
tell, you can feel it, and just the way that he looks at you. Did you go on her social or on her Facebook
Oh,
with all the
please
see
don't.
pictures of her
It's
I think
husband?
I'm still waiting for you to accept my friend request.
So I'm gonna excuse myself for a moment. I'll be right back. Okay. We're gonna take that awkward break right now. So
got something to do.
you're gonna get on your phone
Michelle?
real quick, so this
Accept.
won't be as awkward.
Just wanted
Okay.
to throw that out there.
Don't do that. No, I am.
Sis, did you accept her? Do it now.
We'll get it. I will. But no,
So no, you haven't. Is what you're. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, let me just make it.
Yeah.
No, but
Make it
he is
known.
such a romantic, and you can tell. I mean,
Yeah.
but just the way he looks at you. You guys have a pose that's always your heads together. Not that I'm stalking her face, but I've known them forever. You know what I
have
mean? And
for
even
a
though
very
we
long
don't
time.
like hang out a lot, but we
yeah.
just still pick up where we left off because like it just comes from a great place.
Well, I'll give them as propers. I mean, I know we have other things to go ahead and talk about, but we had an event pretty recently. We were celebrating. We both turned 50 this year. We've been together since we were 18. And so that is a lot of change. We met in college in the fall of 1992. And so our whole party was a 90s ball. Love a 90s ball.
Love and 90s ball.
Yes. And then, but we've been together since we were 18. We have 3 amazing kids. But what we have come to realize, and Josh said, is if you're going to have a relationship, hopefully it's with someone you not only like, but you respect. That there's some values alignment, and then also the chemistry helps, So, those are things we're always working on. It definitely has not been perfect. Life changes. You're growing at different paces. Sometimes you're growing together. Sometimes you're growing in your own lane. But we've been pretty fortunate to try and come back and just communicate those thoughts and ideas that we choose each other every day.
Have you ever thought of doing like couples therapy?
No, why would we
Maybe
do
the
that?
therapist. No, the
providing
therapist.
the-
You know what I mean? Because you have such great advice and examples.
because I think that's what works for us. So we'll just
Okay.
share what works for us, and we'd never be so arrogant to say that would work for everybody, because we understand a lot of this is luck, but most of it's work.
Yeah.
And I like that you said that a lot of it is luck, because it really, really is. I mean, you can be the best person your whole entire life, and you always have that mentality like, well, it's karma. Oh my God, well, I've been waiting 46 years. When is it going to be my turn? So like if you go with that mental state, you kind of like fail a little bit because you're expecting too much. But you have kids. You know what I mean? So you're going to be able to make those choices now too, because we're older, you know what I mean? So now like just being able to do what you're doing, your passion, and have your kids there to see it. You know what I mean?
I love that you also say that it takes work too, because it absolutely does, and it takes a lot of intentionality, which it sounds like you have in your relationship, and it's you kind of have that mutual respect for each other to be
Yes.
able to do that. And I told everyone in my post, in my story, to take notes. So I hope you're taking notes on this too, because that's huge.
Sister,
maybe
you're
that's-
just holding your pen. You're not writing anything down.
Because all of
She's
this I
been
already know. Okay, I'm just
Mental
kidding, I'm just
notes.
kidding. No, no.
Mental notes. Very smart.
You got it.
No, No, but she,
Always, putting
because
me
we
out
had
there.
a Zoom call last night. We do a Zoom call every Thursday night with Cindy, just how we can discuss what we're going to talk about the show. And Michelle was really, really interested about the whole insurance. I can't wait till we can get more into that.
Yes, let's
as
do
we
it.
were discussing earlier. But there are just many things. But we're so excited to have you here.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited to hear about things that are coming. How are your kids?
Our kids are fantastic. We've got one that he will be turning 30. His golden birthday is this month. He's a musician. And he's fantastic. Our daughter lives in Seattle, Washington, your favorite place.
My old
And-
stomping ground.
Yes, and she's a climate activist, and so
Wow.
really that work is important to her. And then our youngest son, he's also just local here, and he's finding his way and navigating his way as we do, right?
Yes.
So, but they're the best, and they are in fantastic, loving relationships.
Do you
Just
ever
sorting.
like
Mom.
force this, what you're doing, all the work you do on your kids, or since they were brought up around it, is it just easy for them just to follow into that footstep?
I would say it's a mix. I mean, they definitely were voluntold, as we know what they were, because I said you're coming
Did
with
you say
me.
voluntold?
Yeah, we know what that is.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
that took
we
me back
know.
to church when I was 5 years old looking at my dad's No, but
Yeah,
I love
you're
that.
right. And
She's
we
giving you
know.
another term instead of forced.
Yeah, but we know. They are humans who care about humanity. And
That's
that's all you can
beautiful.
ask for. So in their ways and in their lane, it's important. But, we got all of our mail-in ballots today, so we will go sit down and we'll have a dinner together and we'll
Yes.
vote together.
Wow.
And then we'll send those together. So if that's important to you as a family, since it is voting time, remove some of the barriers or the challenges that make things confusing. And if you have adult children that are voting age, make it fun. If you're not going to go in to go to the voting thing, we have done a lunch or we have done a dinner together, and we sort of ask questions and we fill out our ballots and get them mailed off.
I
So,
love how a lot of the different organizations that they're doing things to make it fun, like to register to vote, or just things like brunches and
Yeah.
shows and raffle prizes.
Yeah, but you got to do the thing. So,
Yes.
once you've registered, I'm just like, y'all, it all came. Let's go do the thing. Let's go sit down and make sure we do the thing and send
Did
it.
you get your ballot yet?
I haven't checked my mail yet. I check my mail maybe like once a
Girl.
month.
Okay, so
Only bills in there.
okay, first off,
Look away.
don't
Junk.
accept her
You know what I
request.
mean?
Okay, so just click on a cute delete.
It's a bad example.
Okay, go check your mailbox, girl. Okay, so
We still have time to vote. We still have time.
Yeah, time.
yes,
But I
now
love that
speaking
you
of
make it a
vote,
family event, though.
yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna go to Michelle's house after this and check her mailbox. Make sure she-
We'll make it a party. We'll make it. So you like to make it a family event. We'll just make it a community event.
There you
Everybody comes to my
go.
house.
There
We'll
you
have
go.
I don't know, coffee.
Yeah, I just got mine yesterday. So I think maybe everybody got theirs yesterday. But the ballots have dropped, you guys, yesterday. So make sure that you are checking your mailboxes to make sure that they get there. Fill it out completely. Make sure that it is mailed back by November 4th.
Yes.
I believe, but you are still able to go and register in person the
You
day
are.
of on November 5th. So don't feel bad or feel like it's too late, because it's not. And one thing that my husband brought to my attention is that my mom wasn't registered. So, and I didn't even think about that. You know what I mean? So make sure that your whole entire family's registered. It's really, really easy. I'm going to definitely be there. I kind of want to go in person and vote, just kind of like how Verona said she wanted to save her thing, just to kind of just be part of the community and feel the energy, because November 5th is going to be a big day. So it's an important day for everybody to get out there and vote.
It is, and I totally understand if you want to go in, because I also kind of waffle back and forth. I love getting the I voted sticker.
Yeah.
That is like a badge of honor.
Got to
that
do
I
it for the
love.
gram, right? Because it didn't happen if it's not on social media. I mean, it's a thing.
It
You know
is,
what I mean?
it
But
is.
they're proud of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Especially nowadays, the election, everybody's so passionate about it.
Right.
But like we've always been saying every week, it doesn't matter who you're voting for as long as your voice is being heard. Because one thing I don't like is when people are out there talking all that mess about politics, but they're not even registered to vote, or they don't.
I agree. I
You
agree.
know.
Well, the other thing is just we get to vote. We get to. We get to. There's so many places no one gets to. You're oppressed. Your voice does not count. You do not get to go ahead and submit who it is that you want to see make things happen. I mean, we really take for granted this beautiful thing. We get to.
Yes.
We get to.
It's our duty.
It's our duty. There can feel this forceful thing if you have to, but man, we get to. How many things do you get to do? How many things in this world do you really have access that you get to do? It's yours. So, I mean, when you
I
know
can
that
feel that passion. No, but that's what
Yeah.
it really means.
it does, and when you know that there are other people who want to take that right away, want to take the mail away, the people who cannot make it to a voting location in the hours given, because they're working 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs to take care of their family. And they found this other way that is a mail-in ballot to be able to participate in the beauty of where our people, or where our parents wanted us to come, the land of milk and honey, as Verona said last night, that her parents told her. Our families navigate and travel to this place that we get to participate in the American experience, in the American dream. And if we aren't following through in the dream of what our kids deserve, what their legacies deserve, what you deserve, I mean, seriously, you were a part of being silenced and silencing the next generation. We get to.
Well, I also feel it's really important because a lot of the people that we bring on, they bring that story, and they're at least once in the interview, it's always like, our parents are immigrants. They came here to give us a better life. This is part of your parents giving you the better life. They came here to
Right.
give you the right to vote.
They did. They did. And citizenship, that pathway, anybody who has gone through, and it's always fascinating how many people from other countries know more about American history and geography than those of us that are here,
Right.
born and raised, like myself. And I just know, like, for me, the sacrifices my grandparents made on both sides to get me here to this place and to not vote and to not participate in those things that are so important. Even going back to Samoa, I mean, so participatory in the experience that's there, and people paying attention and loving this opportunity to go ahead and be a part of who's in charge and what's happening and what's going on. I mean, we get to. And so if you get to, don't lose that. You can't wait until the final moment and then all of a sudden you care. It's kind of like the drive-in theater. Oh, we care so much because it's going. What did Jake do? Jacob Fitisimanu, he tried to preserve it. It's on record.
Yes.
He voted to try and preserve it. But everybody's showing up and clamoring in a memory of what used to be. This is too late by then. So these moments of the down ballot, not just the presidential voting, but state ballot, state voting, it doesn't seem as glamorous, but there are things happening all the time that just locally, are people supporting your rights? Are people recognizing your voice? Are they not? It's like you got to care about every election, and you may not know about every election. That's okay. Look around, ask. There are people you can talk to. Go ahead and
okay to
support
ask
you.
questions.
It's
Do your
okay.
research,
It
right.
is. It can feel overwhelming. I don't even get what the C or
I mean,
D
I feel
is.
like a
Is
lot
it
of
yes
the
or
time
no?
nowadays, everybody's already on their phones constantly.
Yeah.
They're Googling stuff. They're
Totally.
fact-checking other people.
Sure.
But they're not actually going there trying to research for their own, for themselves.
Yes.
I think Michelle just brought up when we were having conversation on the side, like, I know I didn't start voting until I was like later as an adult, because I always had that mindset, like, well, we're in Utah, my vote doesn't matter.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we're stuck in that mindset. So when did you start voting?
Bernie
you better
Sanders.
get your
I'm like,
answer.
I have not voted.
I'm like, then I had to look at the camera. When? Let's all find out together.
No, there have
kidding.
been a couple years that I didn't vote
No.
because I did feel so discouraged by the options that were out there.
Fair.
It's
So
a thing,
I love-
and that's valid.
Right, and so I love that this year we have more Pacific Islanders who are in the game and really, really trudging forward, trying to carry on our voice, and being a resource for
Yes.
us, where we can reach out to them, and our voices will actually be heard, and then they can actually do something about it, rather than us, sitting around and just,
Right.
complaining, or maybe.
Because it's so easy to do.
It's so easy to do. So I would say the last time I voted for Bernie Sanders 1 year.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Right?
Makes sense.
I
Totally.
was so obsessed with Bernie Sanders. He was just a really cool old guy.
You were drawn to him.
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
She was
he was-
cold, very cold, sitting in a chair, bundled up.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. I'm just kidding. But I'm sure the jacket was
Yeah.
cute, though, right, Michelle? No. No, but you're right. I didn't do mine until
Yeah.
till 2016 when I was
Yeah.
in Jacksonville. I remember where I was, how it felt when I got my I voted sticker. It kind of felt like I felt accomplished. I'm like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, this is
Yeah.
a really cool feeling.
Yeah, but that's, I think, why we sat down and we started voting as a family, because it is overwhelming if you're trying to sort out, I don't even know who that is and what they stand for.
Right.
I don't even know what that amendment is trying to say. It's written in such a vague way. If
Right.
if I say yes, is like everything going to crumble? Is it a house of cards? If I say no, what does that do? Who am I supporting? It's that so many things are written so vaguely, and that's when I understood the importance of, you got to take away some of the fear of the vote and what you're sort of marking down.
Well, the thing as a family, your kids can ask you questions.
Yeah, and we kind of dialogue. I look at them and I say, I don't know. Let's look
Right.
it up. Like, I don't have
Especially
all the
them
answers.
being younger, but adults, young
Yes.
adults. So like their perspective is totally different.
It
and like, holy
is.
crap, I did not even think of it that way or see it that way.
Absolutely. And what's happening is because it's not, it's also my kids' partners
Right.
sit down with us too. And the partners are asking questions like, I know this vote counts. I don't know yet. And so we just scrolling on phones and we're looking, and we're texting friends, and we're texting friends that we have that are in civil service, you know, or are elected officials. And we're saying, what do you know about this? You know? And so we're kind of lucky that way that we can get a little more insight, but you know, it's just about removing the fear first and then just sorting out how can we make this more comfortable
Right.
for everybody so that we can do the thing.
What a great way to provide guidance to your kids. Parents, take note.
For them to feel comfortable
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
even have these types of conversations, because nowadays it's just insane. People are afraid to say who they're voting for. I'm sure there are households out there, because I watched a news channel and people were canvassing for one of the candidates who ran for president, and some of the homes, the wives would tell them, oh well, my husband's voting for so and so, I'm voting for this person, but my husband doesn't know. So it's just kind of crazy that that's just the energy that's out there right now.
Yeah.
But like the passion that we're feeling right now is just so exciting. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back because I know Michelle has a lot of questions that we were discussing before we started about the insurance.
Okay.
We want to dive into the Spy Hop, just everything and all the events that you're going for, and
Okay.
just let everybody know why Dayla Higgs is a boss.
Which is why in that break I'll also accept Michelle's friend request.
Thank you. Thank
And then
you.
we're gonna screenshot it and put it on our social media so she knows that she's telling the truth.
And I'm somebody, you guys.
So if Michelle's still sitting here, that means the request was accepted. If not, she's going to get me some coffee.
Okay, I'm an assistant now. Okay, all
I'm just
right.
kidding. No, but we're going to take a quick break, but we do want to give a quick shout out to the United Pacific Islander Health Coalition. They do have a 5K that's coming up next week, and they're also going to have a Health Week the first week in November, and Everyday People's actually going to be part of that. I will be emceeing one of their events on November 9th, but Michelle and I will be hosting events for them in the future. But Everyday People's really excited to be part of the Utah Pacific Islander Health Coalition. So we're doing great things for the community because you matter, and we'll be right back with Dayla Higgs.
Bring your notebooks.
Bring your notebooks. Yes, Dayla.
Okay.
Sorry, wasn't
Ooh.
guys, welcome back. As you can see, that Sister Mary Clarence is still sitting here, so she she will be delivering her famous Tenth Commandment after the show. So just stay tuned for that. So get your notes out. But we are here with the beautiful Dayla Higgs. If you're just joining us, you should be lucky. You have to go back to our video library to kind of like sit here and just kind of listen to the knowledge and experience and education that you have for our community, and it's just been so inspiring. So now we're just going to kind of get deep into it, and Michelle has all the questions.
Let's go, Michelle.
I do. I'm very excited to learn about what Dayla does for work. I know you've got your hands in so many different places, but this is one thing in particular that I'm very interested in, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers are interested in as well. So you're in insurance, right?
I am, health insurance specifically.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that to start with?
Absolutely. So my background goes half of my life now, since I'm 50, 25 years in the health insurance sort of industry.
You look great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. But every fourth quarter, health insurance, like, do you under? So, but I'm really glad to be here. So my health insurance background is connected to Intermountain Healthcare, which is a major delivery system here in the state of Utah. And it's hospitals, doctors, and then there's an arm of health insurance. And so for others who probably aren't from here, it's most closely aligned, think of it in your mind as Kaiser Permanente, maybe in California, Washington State, where it's all those three things mixed. But my background was really starting out on the phone and helping people understand when they're calling what plan they did choose. Oh, okay, your copay is this. Copays are flat dollar amounts that you're responsible for to pay a doctor. You know, your coinsurance is this. That's a percentage of an amount that you have to pay to the hospital. So that's really how my life started. But as I started to go ahead and work in the industry at Select Health for Select Health's large employer and national account plans, and started going. I actually ended up in the large employer group sales department. I also ended up running for Utah, the Federal Employee Health Benefit Program. So we're talking about civil servants at Hill Air Force Base, or the FBI, or the IRS, or Social Security, or the National Park Service. I was responsible for the Utah Federal Employee Program. And then now, more recently, I've moved over into the senior product space, and that is Medicare. So that's people who are 65 years and older, or maybe they've qualified. They're not quite 65, but they have disability. So I've seen all sorts of insurance, and what I can say, Michelle, to be confused and to have a notepad and a pen, you could fill up, like, this is not a paper. You know, it's just not, because insurance, unfortunately, in the way that we do things in the United States, it's very confusing, where in other countries, I have a problem, I go to the local provider of service, and it's figured out by the country, you know, that you sort of live in. And here, there's just so many different things with private insurance that make it a little more difficult. So, but I do love what I do to try and make sense of it.
Right.
So that's a very kind of just the trajectory.
And it's really important for all of us, you and I, and the viewers that are out there, because it's an important message, because we all take care of our families.
We do.
We take care of our elderly. Like, I'm taking care of my 88-year-old mother with dementia. So like information like this is like something that I need to probably like look into.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know where to even begin.
Right. And our parents and grandparents probably never knew about it either. So the responsibility falls on us probably to understand how that works. So what led you into the senior side of things?
That's such a great question. You know, after a very long time of doing things, about 15 years ago, so the boomer generation, you know, there are 11,000 people turning age 65 every day. And that's not supposed to 11,000 in the United States.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the boomer generation, it was this huge swath that started 15 years ago. And so 15 years ago, could you see the lay of the land? One of my most precious and most well-regarded, respected leaders I ever had in the course of my career went and he opened his own company to help seniors understand that there would be a need as this boom was happening for the boomer generation. So he opened this company. We had talked a couple times about if I would come over and try and sort this out. And I'll tell you, as my parents were aging, and Lynn, so lovely how you take care of your mom.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I mean, I follow you on social media, and those are the ones I just stop. It just stops me. And
Oh, you follow me?
I do, because we're friends. We're friends.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
I don't feel left out at all.
yeah, Michelle, we'll get there. So,
And if you saw I was on my phone like while they were first starting, because I was seeing if she accepted it. I'm like, I'm just kidding.
Did she?
so basically what ended up happening is my parents were aging, my aunties and uncles were aging. Again, Pacific Islanders, we take care of one another.
Right.
And I thought, you know what? I've done this. I've been there. I'm not super challenged. And I will say, of all the insurance I've done, Senior Products Medicare is the most complicated, hardest insurance to understand. And it almost feels a little unjust. Because you have
That's the vibe I'm
people,
getting as you're speaking.
you have people who are aging. We're expecting them. I mean, your whole life, maybe you had state insurance, Medicaid. You had Medicaid support, covers a lot. Maybe you had a mix of an individual plan. Your parents own their own, restaurants. They had to get an individual family plan. So you kind of are figuring that out. Maybe you were attached to a huge employer,
Right.
offered employer group insurance. They'd make the decisions for you. You're like, I'm using it. That's how I learn about it. And then all of a sudden, you're left at age 65. If you're not attached to any of those things, you're like, what is going on and what is this?
Right.
And you are
Where do I
enrolling.
begin?
You are enrolling with federal entities that you're trying to understand, and then you are getting predatory phone calls to enroll on something you don't know if you want or you need.
Feel
And
the pressure,
and
pressured
feel the
into
pressure
it.
and the money, and then you see all the commercials, and it's to wade
And the
through
thing about
that.
our Polynesian community is we're so trusting.
Yes.
Right? So if it sounds good, we're going to do it. And then we react. We do it. And then we tell our families we did it.
Absolutely. Or it's the other side.
Right.
You have to earn our trust. And if you didn't, you do nothing. And in the do nothing, you're opening yourself
Right.
up to other consequences of the do nothing.
I think a lot of us are already on track to being in that position.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right?
Because we're not looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Like, I think we do a lot of like living in the moment. You know what I mean? We do like the whole knee-jerk reaction.
Yes.
I'm like not speaking for the entire Pacific Island
No.
community, but as growing up, that's just kind of like my mindset, and it just feels automatic.
Yes, because you're taking care of what you can do. I have a job. I'm feeding my kids. I'm going to church. And then I'm making sure my kids and everybody's safe, and we're doing those things. We're taking care of parents. This is about as much as I can do. Oh my gosh, there's nothing more noble than that. There's nothing more noble than understand the priority. But things get confusing in these layers, and I'm just saying it's the most exhausted I've been in insurance, but the most rewarding
Right.
I've been in insurance is actually now moving to the senior space. And really, as I'm an aging person, understanding, even though I know this stuff, am I prepared in the next 15 years to do what I need to do and to keep myself on track? I mean, that's just how confusing it is. And that's just how the steps, it's a lot of hoop jumping, to go ahead and get through things. But that's why I think I love what I do, is because I'm like, oh, we got this.
And I
We
think
got
like
this.
a lot of it as us as
You
our
know?
Pacific Islander people, we always like to wait last minute.
Yeah. But also, not even Pacific Islander people, I would just say generally, this is an overwhelming time that people don't know if they can retire. They don't know what their income is going to be, so they feel like they have to continue to work.
Or they don't know enough about it.
They don't
like
know
even the
about it.
401, or like if I retire, where does that money come
Exactly.
from? Did I put enough work into it?
And most people don't know there are like services like ours. It's no cost consultation. It's free. Like, we help you along. How we are paid is behind the scenes once you've decided what you want.
Well, while
So
we're still on that note,
conversations-
kind of give our viewers information like
Yeah.
a link, or that they can go to start like
Yes.
researching for
Yes.
their parents.
Yeah, so if you would like to go ahead and make contact to go ahead and get more information, Senior Benefits Insurance Services is where you can go ahead and find that information. You can go to S as in Sam, R as in Robert, B is in boy, E is in Elko, N as in Nancy, CO, seniorbenco.com to look at things. You can also go to 90 Days from Retirement. That's our webinar arm or education arm to do some self-education. But it's been really lovely because I've seen, quite a few Pacific Islanders actually coming through our office to get education recently. And that's just the first step. And also, just to kind of give you some grace, it takes about 3 conversations to get it. And even still, it'll take more conversations. So give
So
yourself
don't
that
feel
grace.
that.
Yeah, you're not walking out of there as an expert. And that's why we're here. So you get to pass that over. So if you're a faith-based person, you want to give some things up to God, this is kind of that space I don't know anything about Medicare. Let's give it up to Medicare experts to help me.
Praise be. You heard it here. I mean, if you're just joining us, our new host, we have Jayla Higgs here just joining us.
Wow, just kicking me to the curb. All right. We're just
No.
gonna go right on air.
Don't accept her request. I'm just kidding.
She already did. Okay.
No, I'm just
Totally
kidding.
fine.
No, I'm just really glad to have you be here just discussing the insurance because we can talk about it all day long because it's just so important. But like, let's just dig into other things that you're doing, like Spy Hop. I was reading a little bit about that. So it's a program for the younger generation.
Yes.
And with the whole arts, like being artistic and stuff. Kind of like give us information on that.
Yeah, and if I could, I just do want to answer for Michelle, if I can just step back. Michelle asked about, we got to deliver, so I'm just going to say really quickly, if you have an opportunity, this is Michelle's talking about generational wealth and investment, if you are not quite Medicare eligible yet, the main thing I want you to look for, if you're an individual or have a family or an employer group plan, is look for a plan that's called a high deductible health plan. It will have a health savings account attached. So a person like Michelle, if she's not utilizing a lot of benefits, very healthy, even though she has kids, this is an opportunity. The health savings account is a tax-deferred protection to throw some monies in it. The IRS has certain levels of amounts you can put in there, but the cool thing is this account is always Michelle's. So if Michelle gets hired by another company that offers something, if Michelle, it's another health savings account, she gets to take that account with her. Michelle gets to invest those dollars. Michelle can swipe the card for those dollars for copays and deductibles if a kid breaks an arm. So they're your dollars, and the cool thing about it, again, tax protected, tax deferred. She can build it. She can take the monies that are in the account and invest them in bonds or stocks. So I wanted to make sure that I honored Michelle because I got you, girl.
Thank
we
you.
will be, we're friends in IRL.
She's showing the love. You see how she's showing
Who
the
cares about
love?
social media? IRL friendship.
Very new friendship.
Yeah.
Very
cool.
hating over here. Very hating, very loving. I appreciate it. Thank you.
She loves me. She loves me.
But the main thing we want you to know is the first step, it has to be a high deductible health plan if it works for you, which means there's a big deductible up front, but it's also just kind of working on, you're going to have some good years and you're going to have some tough years. But you know what? Why give an insurance company all your money and you're never using the benefit?
Right.
And if you're never using
That's
the
me.
benefit, get the high deductible health plan, throw as much money as you can into it every year. It grows and grows and grows. It is always yours. It does not go away. Age 65, if you got $50,000 in there you still have not used for medical insurance, you can pull it out and you can go on that lovely trip you've been putting off with your partner or your kids.
Really?
Right.
So
I've been doing it wrong.
So we'll talk about that later. A quick plug for Spy Hop Productions. Spy Hop Productions was started 25 years ago in Salt Lake City, Utah. There were two high school students, Skyline, who decided we want to be filmmakers. How do we do that instead? So what they decided is not only do we want to be filmmakers, but we want to create a hub where we'll take on students and we will teach them how to become filmmakers, whether it's documentary film or long form feature film. Over time, this sort of after school programming moved into for the films we make, we need music for it. So should we be a hub for also musicians to create the soundtracks? Should we teach audio engineering? Should we have band camp on these computers? And how do we have after school programs? So they did that. Then they added in a suite of saying, well, if people want to learn how to be in a band, let's do that. Let's create this. And then last but not least, they said, I think people also want to learn digital animation and possibly learn game design. Spy Hop is now in its 25th birthday year of being 100% of every class that is offered is FREE. It is free. We serve over 10,000 kids in the state of Utah. We have partnerships where we're taking out these programs into classrooms and doing workshops in the day. We have a multi-million-dollar facility downtown Salt Lake City for kids to come. It's on par with any beautiful college campus for hang space.
Is that the Spy Hop where you guys had the event for
The rooftop.
Moana?
Yes. So
Okay.
those who came, our rooftop event center is meant to be very tactical and strategic, and that is a revenue stream to fund programs. It's very important for everybody to understand. I love that we are going to have professional athletes. I love that we are going to have professional dancers, professionals of every kind, and professionals in social work, teachers. I mean, all of these things are important. But let's remember, for podcasts like yours and Cindy and what she's doing, there are many ways to have dreams realized and have your voices heard and elevate folks. So classes can run as young as a 12-year-old to 14-year-olds. That's sort of our foundational classes. Run as high as 15 and 19. This is skills building. We do not expect every kid to become a filmmaker. We do not expect every person to become a coder for games. What we do hope is that it is a hub and a place socioeconomically for people of all walks of life to come, and it's youth-led, youth voice. So where there are mentors to go ahead and teach these things, they get out of the way. That's probably the most beautiful thing, is if you want to tell a story about the town you love, Rose Park, and the history of it, you can and you will be given a camera to do that. And you will be taught, and you will be given all of these
So
dollars.
if they just show
usually.
interest, in
Yes,
something
I
like that,
think you should
kind of-
actually run your podcast out of Spy Hop one day.
Yes.
And there's space to
Okay.
do that. I think you should come over and you should do it so you can see it and you can highlight it.
Wow.
But there's space to do that. And so this is just one of the most beautiful places. All my kids were students there. And my daughter learned her community organizing from a class that she took called 801 Sessions, which was learning how to book a band, find a location to go ahead and have them perform, sell the tickets, create the merch, give that band a video of what they perform so they had a deck to promote.
Wow.
That taught her community organizing. So this is where I'm saying, if a kid goes ahead and their skills building towards something, but also this is, how do I play nice in the sandbox with a kid who, I don't know, are they on spectrum or are they not? I don't know, are they LGBTQIA plus or not? I don't know, are they a rich kid or are they a kid that has food insecurity? It doesn't matter. Because the idea is it's meant to be a place of humanity and youth-led
Right.
voice.
Wow.
Beautiful. No excuses, you guys. Like all of the resources.
No excuses. You're just doing like huge things. I mean, our time's up right now, so we're just going to take the last couple of
Thank you.
minutes. Just to kind of Dela is everywhere. I mean,
Serious.
you have 2023 Heart and Hands Award.
Oh, thank you.
You know, so congratulations on that. You're doing things for the community, like all over Utah. You're an advocate for all people of color, for women's and excellence.
I'm blown away. I'm so blown away and so
Yes.
inspired by you as a fellow Polynesian woman. I'm just so blown away right now, and I'm sure everyone who's watching is too, whether female or male or whatever you identify as. Like you're amazing, so amazing. Thank you so much for being here.
I am so happy to be here, and really, it's the blessings of everybody doing great work. It's not me alone; it's the we. Always, those are the spaces you'll find me. Is everywhere there's a we, I'll be there.
Because we all genuinely care about the community and about each other. You know what I mean? And I think it's really important that we go to every event, Palang events, any other, like the Black History Month events, because there's a place for all of us and we should be there. You know what I mean? We should be visible. Representation matters. You know, so we're just both blown away. When we heard that you were going to be on the show, we were just so excited.
So shout out to Cindy Satini and
Thanks,
Big Buddha
Cindy.
for bringing you on
Thanks,
here
Big Buddha.
because I'm floored right now.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Give us
Thanks,
a little
Cindy.
thing on the whole of the Mill Creek skate, because I see that a lot and you're always up there. She's a skater too, okay? This one is like all her talents.
She said used to be athletic.
It used to
Okay,
be.
no,
It used
but
to skate.
yeah,
Okay.
still.
No, I'll just go ahead and say, actually, I'm involved through the Mill Creek. Because I live in Mill Creek, I'm fortunate enough to be on the Mill Creek Promise program. It's run by the United Way.
Wow.
So I get to be sort of their advisor in the health spaces. But really, anytime you can go to a Mill Creek skate night for whatever is the cause or whatever it is, you know, this summer, there's no way. I was very limited on getting to an LGBTQ Pride Month sort of thing. And I thought, this is in my own hometown. Yes, I'm going to go volunteer for that. You know,
Which
for
you're a
the
huge
car wash.
advocate for as well.
Yes. My people, always.
Yes.
People are my people. Everyday people are my people. So, yeah. So I think that went on the PI Skate Night. That was, you know, a combination of just, you know, I got to say, Mill Creek City, they are absolutely connected to saying any place that there has ever been anyone marginalized, even though we are a dominantly white city and have been. Mill Creek, first people who were there, they were Black pioneers, and people don't know that. So I really got to give big ups to Mayor Silvestrini, also to Mill Creek City Councilwoman Beverly Weepy, for really giving us that focus and that platform. And I mean, come on, a skate night and a skate place. And I want to say, Rose Park, I hope you get yours. Glendale, I hope you get yours. Because what I know about our PI nights the last 2 years, you are the ones who brought the soul. You are the ones who brought the soul music, and you brought the Pacific Islander performers. So we thank you. You deserve those propers. Thank
I'm
you.
about to
Thank
get
you.
up and do a little tap dance. Come on, Dela. No, but yes, but like she said on that note, so make sure that you guys sign up for the Rose Park tour that's happening tomorrow. We're gonna like kind of end it real quick. Before we get to our 10th commandment here by Sister Mary Clarence, we're gonna ask Dayla. So Dayla, I was going on your social media and you had asked a question on there that I want to ask you. It says, where were you when you couldn't be prouder to be an American?
This this is gonna just run political because times are hard, and I am like Lynn. It's no different than Lynn, Michelle, others. It's important to vote, but I just any leader who can show up and still respect and have dignity and want to work across lines. And not forget, I mean, even still, it's hard to be in spaces with political affiliations where it's they, us. There's just, we can elevate so much easier when we have leaders that just understand and say, I'm going to listen to you and what you have to say. And there's no perfect leader. So please don't get it twisted that I think there's going to be one solution. But knowing that we have someone right now in a critical moment that really we need some healing and we need to understand that the leader of the United States is representing all of us. And for those of us who like global travel, everybody pays attention. And who we're propping up at the front is reflective and representative of who we are as a people. And I couldn't be prouder that a person is putting themselves out there who's proven and is sharing and showing that she comes from humble means, she comes from an immigrant family, she comes from a family that when they come here, education's so important, and that you're giving back and you're looking forward. It really was one of those galvanizing moments. I've had a lot of proud moments. I was a kid of the 80s who loved being a United States citizen. How could you not be so USA? But it's been a while. It's been a moment. So truly, the night of the DNC, putting Kamala Harris forward, it was just a really proud moment to say that we can have some decency and we can have some dignity and we can find some ways for people to come together. And when you have people from the other party coming up and saying, this is what we need and this makes sense and this is what the optics look like, but also can we work together? That's what the American dream is. What happened at the melting pot as we are demonizing refugees who have to be here. They have to be here because they're in war-torn countries. They have to be here. They were looking for somewhere safe. People who were immigrants like our parents who did it in the right way, citizenship-wise. So it's just trying to not forget. We're so lucky to be here geographically. We're some of the luckiest people on earth, whether we were born here or our families found ways to get here. And what you're here, how are you caretaking this preciousness? How are you caretaking the preciousness? Because hate is not the way. Hate is not the way, and othering people is not the way. Othering people is just not the way. Also, though, I will say, for me, it takes a whole lot more energy to hate than it does to love.
It really does. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
You would know.
Exhausting.
Unfriend.
I know we went way over. I'm sorry. So.
Well, I thought we were ending on a good note. No, Dayla, your passion is just so mind-blowing. Like Michelle said, she's just very inspired. We're all inspired. All you do is inspire the community. And our community should just be so proud of you. You should be proud of you. And we're just excited to see what the future holds for you. We're going to keep following you everywhere, and we'll probably be on that Spy Hub location.
I would love it. Let's make it happen.
Let's
make it happen.
All right, Michelle.
Okay.
It's Sister Mary Clarence's turn. So we just kind of want to see what she's popped up today to lift your spirits up.
Okay, so just on the note of, we should look for benefits for our senior citizens. Honor thy mother and father.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Honor
Whether
thy
they're
mother and
alive
father.
or not.
Yes.
Okay, so honor thy father and thy mother because I think it's really important and it is so important.
It is important. Look at you throwing me under the bus again. You really have to take that? Okay, I feel like Batman right now because I don't have parents who are going to make
Batman,
me cry.
you're Robin.
I'm just
Hello,
kidding.
I'm just kidding. No,
I'm just kidding. Honor
we're
thy
just so
mother and
excited to
father.
be. Make sure you catch me and you. She's gonna wear an afro wig this Saturday night at Manny's for the costume contest.
Just me?
We're gonna both be in afro.
Okay, we are. I thought you were going to setting me up over here now. See, I got to watch
Come have
myself
fun
with
with
you.
the little everyday people this weekend. Come get to know who we are out there. Dayla, we're so inspired, like you're saying. So make sure you guys get out there and vote. Balance went out yesterday. You still have till November 4th. Make sure everything's filled out and signed. But like you said, just your moment that you were couldn't be more proud. I think that's a proud moment for a lot of us.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, you don't push your agenda on nobody else. You're there to lead and show by example and support people on what they're doing because that's just who you are.
Well, thank you, everyday people, because I understand that's who you are. So thank you. Love you
Yes.
so much.
We love you. We love you.
Anything
Thank you
else,
so much.
Michelle?
I'll just reiterate: honor thy mother and father.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Praise
reach out
be.
to Dayla.
Oh, and we want to thank everybody for getting us to 2,000 followers.
Right.
We appreciate
Thank
that.
you so much.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, guys, you heard it here from Miss Dayla Higgs. We're so proud of her. So if you want to catch any of this interview or past interviews, just go into our video library on social media on Everyday People, the Utah Pacifica chapter. Follow our Instagram, follow our Facebook page, invite everybody to follow. We are excited to be here. We love you guys, and remember to vote and to be kind.
And really quick, I'm so sorry. Can we give Dayla just a quick second to let the audience know where they can find you so they
Yes.
can find more information about?
Sure. So
Good call.
if we're talking Medicare space, Senior Benefits Insurance Services in Sandy, Utah, you can go ahead and look that up at srbenco.com. That's the easiest way to go ahead and do that. Happy to help you. It is annual election period right now for Medicare from October 15th until December 7th. Would love to talk to you even beyond that time. Thanks.
Okay, you heard
All
it
right,
here.
guys.
Hope you took your notes. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
I was wondering, but who can see you fair? What is on your mind? I'm just waiting for you to tell me, baby. Heal my bed, here they are, so I know I'm on your mind. Bell to microphone, where do we put? Get one more in one more time. I've been waiting for your touch so very much that I know when you're around me. The way you make me feel, the way your love is